Gabe, you gonna slay trout?
Always.
Start with a date. So we're fishing December 1st. It's finally cooled off a little bit. We're at New Maloney's, and we are going to be looking for a combination of trout and bass today. Both of them should be available back in this cove. One of the rods we're putting together, the first one is a 9-foot 8-weight with floating line, and we're setting this one up with a float and fly setup for bass. So it's going to be a 7.5-foot 2X monoliter, and we're going to taper that down. We're going to cut it off about 2 feet from the end, so it's going to be about 5.5 feet long. We're going to run some 6-pound fluorocarbon below that, and we're going to use a stand-up style indicator with a 1/16 ounce baitfish pattern. We'll talk about this a little bit more in a minute, but yeah. So the first rod, 9-foot 8-weight, floating line. We're setting this up for float and fly for bass. We're going to add a leech to it to try to catch trout with the same setup. So that's the first rig we're putting together. Getting pretty close. I've got my stand-up indicator tied on. I've got 4X Trout Supreme tied below this, just some good 4X tippet. You know, probably 7 or 8 feet to my first fly, which is going to be a little black leech, and another 1.5 feet down to a heavy baitfish pattern. This combination will stand that indicator up, but it won't quite sink it. The bite's a little less sensitive, but I like having that leech on there just in case there's trout in the neighborhood. So we'll give it a try. You want to get it as tight as you can to the bank and still have it suspended. All right, so right off the bat, we're just here on a rocky point. Bobber started dunking with the first cast. It finally took us a minute to get one hooked up, but nice fat spotted bass, and he ate that little baitfish pattern. So we'll try it some more.